In this gas mask review, we're going to take a closer look at the Israeli Model 4 to answer a common question: can old surplus masks serve as an emergency budget solution? Given this mask was made in 1969, that's a fair thing to wonder. The mask came to us in this brown carrier, which as it turns out was originally made for the American M17, but who cares, at least I have a bag to store it in. It's quite practical actually. The white piece of plastic screwed into the filter port is a training adapter meant to be used instead of a filter. Sounds good on paper, but in reality it creates such heavy breathing resistance, it's like performing a negative pressure test with every single breath. It does a great job of mimicking a real filter, a completely clogged one. The mask comes with a storage unit and there is an old filter placed inside of it. No idea why it has German writing on it, given this is an Israeli gas mask. Apparently they were made in Germany. Either way, it's old and there is no way I'm breathing through it, but at least I can add it to my collection of potential carcinogens. What's actually great is that the new CBRN filter can be placed inside the holder instead, a feature I genuinely like. It's unique and practical. The mask's filter port is compatible with standard 40mm NATO threads, meaning it works with a wide range of Western filters, unlike Soviet and Russian masks, which use ghost threads. Before testing, let's check the exhale valve, one of the most critical components right after facepiece integrity. The plastic cover needs to be taken off first. The valve is not deformed and it's in great condition. Always check this on any surplus mask you own. At first glance the facepiece looks fine, but upon closer inspection most of the rubber has a porous surface. Whether this is a result of aging, improper storage, mechanical damage or a combination, I can't say for certain. Don't think of it as just a cosmetic defect, as the facepiece integrity might be compromised, especially if it comes into contact with aggressive chemicals. For this reason alone, I wouldn't consider this mask fully reliable. That said, the facepiece remains fully flexible and springy, impressive for something this old. The letter M embossed on the forehead indicates size medium, which fits most of the adult population. I always wear medium myself. The eyepieces appear to be made of hardened glass, far more scratch resistant than polycarbonate, but less impact resistant. Don't try playing airsoft in this mask. The lenses can be easily removed and replaced, provided you have spares and means of testing the seal integrity afterwards. The head straps are slightly deformed but still flexible enough not to tear during donning. The 5-point head harness is slightly average compared to a well-balanced 6-point system, but we're talking about a legacy civilian mask, not a cutting-edge military respirator. What matters is that with the filter mounted, the mask stays firmly in place even while doing this. The head harness can be detached and replaced if needed, same goes for the neck strap, which I personally hate. It's always in the way when I'm putting the mask on. Begone, neck strap! It might be useful for civilians unfamiliar with quick deployment from a carrier, but to me it's just a nuisance. Fitting is straightforward. Loosen all the straps, put the mask on, then tighten starting from the bottom, then the middle, then the top. My advice is to adjust the top strap separately before wearing the mask, as it tends not to move once it's on your head. And finally, a seal test by blocking the filter port with the palm of your hand. With the mask prepped, it's time to screw in a filter. I noticed the filter sits just a few millimeters from the exhale valve cover, partially blocking it. Hopefully this won't cause any issues during physical exercise. My first impression wearing the mask is foggy. When exhaling fully, condensation covers the eyepieces, though it clears with the following breath. This happens because the inner half mask is rather flat and positioned too far forward, failing to properly cover the nose and mouth. As a result, exhaled air doesn't get directed towards the exhale valve, it fills the inside of the mask instead. Not ideal. At least the mask has an opening in the chin area for sweat removal, that's always great to have. Surprisingly, there is no fogging issue while jogging. Great, because tripping over something half-blind is not on my agenda. Careful there! The field of view is adequate, making navigation through rough terrain manageable, and comfort during physical activity is fine. For a mask this old, I'm genuinely impressed. After a 30-minute jog, the mask left no remarkable markings on my face, unlike certain masks whose face pieces can literally cut into your skin and leave you looking like a Frankenstein's monster for at least a few hours after you've taken them off. All things considered, the Model 4 holds up reasonably well even by today's civilian standards. For a mask you can get for a couple of dollars, paired with a new reliable filter, it's a legitimate budget option. Just don't expect it to compete with anything made in the last 2 decades. Personally though, I wouldn't rely on it. The age alone is a concern, and in this particular example, the porous facepiece surface raises serious questions about its integrity, which I can't ignore. The front-mounted filter is also a serious limitation. It significantly restricts head movement, especially when looking down, and any mask with a side-mounted filter would be a meaningful improvement in terms of balance and mobility. Also, the mask doesn't have drinking system if that's something you consider a necessity, like I do. If I were to use this mask at all, I'd limit it strictly to riot control scenarios, tear gas and similar agents. Anything more serious and I'd want something I could actually trust with my life. Anyway, that's the Model 4. Old, cheap and surprisingly not terrible. Thanks for watching and stay safe.